Hello, curious learners. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into Hong Kong. It's a city that, well, truly fuses East and West, creating this energy you can almost feel. If you've ever wanted to really understand this metropolis, beyond the usual tourist stuff, you're definitely in the right place.
Absolutely. And our mission today is to sort of synthesize all those insights you shared on Hong Kong. We want to pull out the crucial practical bits, the surprising cultural things, and those real aha moments.
Yeah, the things that make a trip stick with you.
Exactly. So you feel genuinely clued in, not just about what to see, but maybe why it all fits together and what that actually means for your experience there.
Precisely. We've got a fantastic stack of sources covering, well, pretty much everything from the best time to visit and how to get around like you live there. The really unique cultural things like Feng Shui, and even touching on some of the real-world challenges you might bump into. So let's get ready for an amazing virtual trip to Hong Kong. So let's kick things off with that fundamental question for any adventure. When's the sweet spot to visit Hong Kong? And how long do you really need to sort of get a proper feel for it?
Well, the sources, they pretty consistently point to autumn, September to November, and also spring, so March to May. Those seem to be the ideal times.
Okay.
You're looking at mild, dry weather then. Temperatures are comfortable, maybe 18 to 28 Celsius. Humidity's lower, much less chance of typhoons.
Yeah.
Just makes for a really pleasant visit.
Right.
And winter, December to February, that's also pretty lovely if you don't mind it cooler, sort of 10 to 20 degrees.
So those shoulder seasons sound like the definite go-to. But what about summer? June to August? That sounds like it could be a bit more challenging.
It can be, yeah. High humidity, temperatures often push above 30 Celsius, plus you've got the rain and potentially typhoons. But interestingly, it's also when a lot of events and festivals happen, so it kind of depends.
That's a key trade-off, isn't it? What's the priority?
Exactly. Now, for length of stay, for a first-timer wanting to see the main city sites, maybe do a day trip like Lantau for the Big Buddha, or even pop over to Macau, the sources suggest about 5 days feels about right, gives you a good rhythm.
5 days, okay.
But even if you've only got a short stopover, say 2 or 3 days,
Yeah.
you can still definitely hit the big highlights. Victoria Peak, Avenue of Stars. Hong Kong packs a lot in.
It really does. And speaking of getting there, visas. Hong Kong and China, sometimes people get confused. Does Hong Kong have its own rules for visitors?
That's a really crucial distinction. Yes, Hong Kong generally operates under its own separate immigration policies.
Right.
For most countries, you actually get visa-free access for tourist visits up to 90 days. The main thing is just make sure your passport's valid for at least a month after you plan to leave.
Got it. Any exceptions?
Well, for travelers from India, there's a specific process. You need to fill out a pre-arrival registration form online beforehand. That gives you visa-free access for up to 14 days, and it's valid for 6 months, multiple entries.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, and also remember, if you do that Macau trip, that counts as leaving and re-entering Hong Kong, so you'll go through immigration again on your way back.
Right, separate territory. Okay, so you've landed at HKG, Hong Kong International. How do you even start navigating this massive, bustling place? I keep hearing about the Octopus Card. Sounds essential.
You've heard right. The Octopus Card is, well, it's everything. It's your lifeline for public transport and loads more. Simplifies it all.
How do you get one?
You can get a physical card easily any MTR station, including right at the airport. But here's the really neat part for visitors now.
Yeah?
You can add a digital version straight to your Apple or Google Wallet. Use the Octopus for Tourist app. That's the key thing.
Oh, that's brilliant. So no faffing with plastic cards.
Exactly. You just add credit through the app, top it up as you need. Super easy. One person mentioned using about 500 Hong Kong dollars for a 5-day trip, and that included getting to and from the airport.
Wow. So it's not just for trains and buses then. It's like a universal tap-and-go thing.
Pretty much. Its versatility is amazing. Beyond all public transport, tons of shops, restaurants, convenience stores, they all take Octopus.
Convenient.
And using it with your phone is seamless. You don't even need to unlock it. Just tap the top of your phone against the reader. It's just part of the city's flow.
That sounds fantastic. Okay, so seamless payments sorted, getting from the airport, HKG, into the city itself. What's the best bet?
The Airport Express train. Hands down, fastest and most popular.
Right.
It's modern, clean, whisks you into the city Kowloon or Hong Kong station in just 24 minutes.
24 minutes, that's quick.
Yep, trains every 10 minutes. Costs HK $110 between the airport and Hong Kong station. And you can just use your Octopus card for that too. Tap out when you arrive.
Easy. Other options?
Buses are cheaper, sure, but way slower. Taxis or Uber, much more expensive, especially if you hit rush hour traffic. Airport Express is usually the way to go.
Got it. So we're in the city, Octopus Card ready. How do we explore? You mentioned transport can be an experience itself.
That's a great way to put it. Hong Kong's public transport isn't just functional, it's part of the city's character.
Yeah.
The MTR, the subway, is your workhorse.
Oh.
Fast, clean, efficient, gets you almost everywhere.
Okay, the MTR.
But for real Hong Kong vibe, you have to ride the Ding Ding tram.
The double-decker ones.
Those exact ones that only run on Hong Kong Island, trundling along slowly. If you can snag a front seat on the top deck, best views, honestly.
I can picture that.
Little tip, you board at the back, but you only tap your Octopus card to pay when you get off at the front.
Ah, okay. Good to know.
And then there's the Star Ferry, iconic,
Yeah.
connects Kowloon and Hong Kong Island across the harbor. The views of the skyline, incredible. And it costs next to nothing, like 50 euro cents or something. It's just a must-do.
Definitely adding that to the list. Okay, transport sorted. Next big modern travel need. Staying connected. Google Maps, sharing photos. How do you avoid insane roaming fees?
The eSIM, that's the answer. It's basically a digital SIM card.
Right.
Most newer phones can handle 2 SIMs at once, your regular one and an eSIM. So you keep your home number for calls if you need it, but use the eSIM for unlimited local data, no messing with tiny plastic cards.
That sounds much better. Any recommendations?
One source really liked Holafly, said it was easy to buy and activate through their app. They even mentioned a discount code UrbanPixXLLS for 5% off. Might be worth checking out. It just means you never have to stress about finding Wi-Fi or looking something up.
Perfect. And one last really practical point, electricity. Don't want to fry your phone.
Oh, absolutely crucial. Hong Kong uses 220 volts, similar to Europe, but the plugs, they're the British-style Type G, 3 big rectangular pins.
So definitely pack a travel adapter.
Definitely. Don't leave home without it.
Okay, we know how to get there, get around, stay charged, stay connected. Now for the really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Where should you actually stay? And the food. Because Hong Kong's character seems to really come alive here.
It really does. Now, Hong Kong's made up of, 263 islands? But most visitors, quite sensibly, stick to the northern part of Hong Kong Island and Kowloon over on the mainland.
Makes sense.
And the sources highlight some great neighborhoods, each with a different feel. On Hong Kong Island, you've got Wan Chai. It's described as really vibrant old buildings, markets, but also modern restaurants. Great location between Central and Causeway Bay.
Okay.
Then there's Central, that's the big financial hub. Think upscale shopping, fancy dining, plus things like the Peak Tram start there, Lan Kwai Fong for nightlife.
The busy heart of it all.
Pretty much. Causeway Bay is huge for shopping malls like Times Square, lots of energy, mix of high-end and local food spots. And if you want something maybe a little quieter, Sheung Wan has this nice mix of tradition, antique shops, temples, and trendy cafes. Charming.
Okay, lots of choice on the island side. What about Kowloon?
Over on the Kowloon side, Sim Shat Sui, usually just called TST, is super popular. Loads of shopping again. Fantastic skyline views looking back at the island. Attractions like the Avenue of Stars. You can find everything from budget guest houses to luxury hotels there.
TST.
And for a really intense local vibe, Mung Kok. That's where you find incredible street food, bustling night markets like the Ladies Market, and generally more budget-friendly places to stay.
Mong Kok sounds lively.
It really is. And it's fascinating how just picking, say, Central versus Mung Kok totally changes the kind of Hong Kong you experience day to day.
I bet. And no matter where you stay, you need to eat. The food scene sounds legendary.
Oh, it is. Foodie heaven is how the sources put it.
Yeah.
And not just Cantonese classics like dim sum and roast meats, those are amazing, but also fantastic Japanese, Vietnamese, Malaysian, Thai, everything.
My mouth is watering already.
And here's the kicker. Eating really well doesn't have to bankrupt you. You can genuinely get a proper, delicious meal for like 30 to 50 Hong Kong dollars.
Which is what, like $4 to $6 US?
Exactly. It's incredible value sometimes.
That's amazing.
And you know what's truly remarkable? The mention of inexpensive Michelin-starred food.
Seriously. Michelin stars on a budget.
Yes. Places like Kai Kai Desserts, famous for this sweet ginger soup with glutinous rice balls costing maybe $2.50 US. Or Mammy Pancake, getting rave reviews for snacks at tiny prices. It kind of blows up the idea that Michelin means expensive, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, beyond food and where to sleep, Hong Kong's character, It seems full of these contrasts and surprises.
It really is. That contrast of old and new the sources mention is everywhere. You'll literally see a gleaming brand new skyscraper right next door to a crumbling old apartment block,
Yeah,
or find an ancient incense-filled temple tucked away practically underneath some massive modern office tower. It's this constant visual juxtaposition.
fascinating.
And that contrast digs deep into the culture, too, like the importance of Feng Shui. It's not just a minor thing. It seems profoundly influential.
Ah, yes, tell me about this. I heard a story about banks.
Oh, it's a classic. Get this. The HSBC building, their main headquarters, apparently meticulously designed following Feng Shui principles. They even supposedly adjusted the escalators in the main atrium, made them off-center just to get the energy flow right.
Wow.
But then the Bank of China Tower nearby, the story goes, the architect, I.M. Pei, refused to use a Feng Shui consultant. And guess what? Local legend says that the Hong Kong stock market crashed the week that building opened.
No way. Coincidence.
Well, that's the story, but it gets even better. To supposedly protect itself from bad vibes, especially from the Bank of China Tower's sharp edges,
Yeah.
HSBC apparently designed the maintenance cranes on its roof to look like cannons, pointing right at the competing banks.
You're kidding. Actual cannons for Feng Shui protection.
That's the anecdote. It sounds nuts, but it really highlights how seriously these beliefs are taken in the local culture, even at the highest corporate levels. It's kind of hilarious, but also deadly serious there.
That is wild. Okay, so Feng Shui cannons. What other surprises does Hong Kong have?
Well, here's one that surprised me, actually. The nature.
Nature in Hong Kong.
Exactly. Most people picture skyscrapers and dense streets, right? But get this. 75% of Hong Kong's land area, over 1,100 square kilometers, is actually countryside.
75%.
Yep. And 40% of the total area is designated parkland or nature reserve. You can literally be on a proper hiking trail within a 10-minute taxi ride from almost anywhere in the city.
That's incredible. That phrase, a megalopolis, dropped incongruously into a spectacular national park. That really paints a picture.
It really does. One source mentioned deeply regretting not packing hiking shoes, and I can see why now. We're talking amazing trails, Dragon's Back hike, incredible views over the South China Sea.
Wow.
The Peak Circle walk around Victoria Peak is stunning and accessible. There are even beaches, Repulse Bay, Big Wave Bay, where people actually surf. And then the day trips, like Lantau Island with the Big Buddha, loads more hiking there, too. It completely changes how you think about the city.
It really does. Hiking shoes are officially on the packing list. Okay, now, as much as we're raving about Hong Kong, let's keep it real. The sources were honest about some downsides too, right? To give a balanced picture.
Absolutely. And it's important. It raises that key question about accommodation again. We said 75% is countryside, but the 7.5 million people are packed into the rest. It's a vertical city.
So space is tight.
Incredibly tight. What gets described as a spacious hotel room might feel tiny, maybe even windowless by Western standards. One traveler mentioned their guest house was clean, well-located, highly rated, but opening the door was still a shock, just how small it was. And not necessarily cheap either.
Right. So manage expectations on room size versus cost. And the sources also mentioned that the niceness of an area can be a bit relative, especially thinking about Tsim Sha Tsui.
That's a fair point. TST has places like the Mirador Mansion, which one source called a good step above some neighbors, but it's still in a building that, yeah, in another context might feel pretty rough. It requires adjusting your idea of a nice area, especially if you know the reputation of, say, the nearby Chungking mansions from years ago.
Okay.
And while TST is much improved, it is still very, very busy. That source mentioned the constant approaches from Sri Lankan tailors offering suits. It points to that sensory intensity you get in certain areas. You notice most expats tend to live and work over in Central on Hong Kong Island, which feels much more modern, more corporate.
Different vibes completely. Okay, this brings us to the cost of living. It always ranks super high globally, right? Most expensive cities.
Top 3, consistently.
Yeah, we just said transport is cheap, food can be cheap.
Yeah.
So what gives? What makes it so expensive?
Accommodation. It's the absolute killer, both for visitors and especially for locals. It's a massive challenge.
So for locals?
Well, think about a young person starting out. Average marketing salary, maybe HK $10,000 a month. That's under $1,300 US. Try renting your own place on that. It's often impossible.
Wow.
So many young Hong Kongers live with their parents much longer, or they share tiny apartments with multiple roommates. It's apparently a big contrast to what their parents might have experienced. Huge economic pressure there.
Yeah, that puts the cost in perspective. And finally, the other thing that comes with density, the crowds.
Oh, the crowds. Yeah, it's just a constant, given the density. Maybe not surprising, but it's intense.
How intense?
One source described being sick of doing the sidewalk dance, just constantly navigating throngs of people, suitcases. They did note a local perception, rightly or wrongly, about some visitors maybe being less aware of personal space, especially with large shopping trolleys on crowded pavements. It's just a lot. Exhilarating, yes, but it can definitely be draining too.
Okay, so crowds are part of the package. Good to know.
Huh?
But if you do need an escape from that intensity, those islands we mentioned earlier sound perfect. Hong Kong's location really helps there.
It really does. You can find a completely different pace, just a short ferry right away. Like Cheung Chau. It's a small island, still feels like an old fishing village. Got sandy beaches and nice little hikes like the mini Great Wall. And historic spots like the Pak Tai Temple from the 18th century.
Sounds lovely.
Or Lama Island, very popular for hiking, great sea views. The Lama Island Family Trail is a well-known one. Really feels like you've escaped the city buzz.
Any others?
Yeah, Peng Chau is interesting. Apparently it was quite important back in the Qing dynasty. Now it's known for being quite photogenic. Insta-worthy corners, they said, and has little treks up to pavilions. Or even Po Toi Island, which is further out, famous for Bronze Age, rock carvings, and really unusual rock formations. They call them Palm Rock, Supine Monk.
Yeah.
So yeah, these islands show a totally different side of Hong Kong. From this packed high-energy metropolis to these really tranquil natural spots, it's quite the range.
Wow, what a truly comprehensive deep dive into Hong Kong. We've really covered the map, haven't we? From the best seasons and that vital octopus card to Michelin-starred street food finds. Amazing hiking trails you wouldn't expect. And let's not forget those Feng Shui cannons.
Can't forget the cannons.
Plus the realities, the tiny, pricey rooms, the bustling crowds. It's a lot.
It really is. And what's truly fascinating, I think, is that sheer spectrum of experience Hong Kong jams together, often literally side by side. It really pushes you to look past first impressions, embrace those contradictions, understanding the highs, but also the challenges. It gives you a much richer picture, right? Helps you appreciate why it feels like this megalopolis dropped incongruously into a spectacular national park.
Perfectly put. So here's a final thought for you, our listeners, to maybe chew on. Given Hong Kong's incredible, almost unique ability to pack so much diversity, ancient traditions, global finance, stunning nature, intense density into such a compact space, what does this intense balancing act suggest about its future? And maybe what lessons could other global cities facing their own pressures of growth and limited space possibly learn from Hong Kong's experience? Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope you feel super well informed now and maybe even a bit inspired to explore Hong Kong for yourself.
Yeah.
And perhaps you'll even pack those hiking shoes you now definitely know you might need.